welcome to my channel, you guys. Sorry my video is a little late for the Christmas in July, but I live in the area of Texas that was hit by Hurricane Beryl. But I'm going to go ahead and make something really simple and quick. My last video, we made these cute little inlays using the clay press method. And I'm going to go ahead and use the little Christmas tree. And we'll go ahead and see how these work. And hopefully they come out really cute. I think they will. And I got a little package from Temu that I had ordered. And I got these. These are actually color shifts. But yeah, it's got a pink color shift. Sadly, you can't see the shift. I apologize. I think it's a package of like 10. And I think I paid like $2.08 for them. So, women. Oh, actually, I think I got these free. Now I think about it, I think I got these ones free. But I believe they're $2.08 on the website. But yeah, I'll go ahead and go through and let you see the colors of each one. They're good sized jars for that price. Pretty blue, pretty purple. Of course, every color shift package is going to come with some sort of iridescent white. And we're going to go ahead and use some of these and see how well they stick to silicone, or if they're better off just using them in small projects for putting it in the actual resin. A real pretty yellow. Pretty, I don't know, it's kind of a pinky peach. Another blue. Excuse me, I'm trying to find my stuffs here. And let me see here. I also got this adorable little mold. It looks like a little honey pot with honey flowing out of it. I got this for free as well. And I believe it's because I had joined the Temu Circle. And you know, $10 is $10. It got me Temu Circle for 3 months. But you're supposed to get 2 free molds every month. And those are what I picked, free. And I think I had to order something. Oh no, I think they came in with another order. They did ship separately, but I think they just added them to an order I had just made. I'm going to go ahead and use the green for the tree leaves. I'm going to use the yellow, of course, for the little star at the top. I'm just going to use this little pendant mold. Now, I haven't decided if I'm going to make a pendant out of this, or if I want to run a hook and make it, you know, an ornament. But we're going to use the Kisserol UV resin. Get this paintbrush all sorted out because it's just been sitting on the table. Now, I had a bigger project planned, but with the hurricane hitting and my house flooding, my ceramic resins all got ruined. Oops, pulled the top off and it just jumped out of there. So I can't afford to replace the ceramic resin currently because it's just, I mean, with the hurricane, we had to put so much into replacements. We lost all of our groceries because of the power outage, so we've been sitting here waiting for another payday just to be able to get groceries. So definitely ain't going to be able to put any money into any resin for a while. But I'll use up, you know, the UV that I've got on projects. That way I'm still providing content to you guys because you're so sweet and stuck around waiting on this video. I appreciate each and every one of my subscribers. You'll never know how much. I'm trying to get to that 1,000 one day. Hopefully by the end of the year I can reach the 1,000 marker. That would be glorious. Go ahead and wipe up this mess of this little bit that I spilled opening the jar. But I hope everybody's doing fine. Any of you who have been affected by the hurricane, I really hope they've gotten your power back on. I know it's taking a long time. Lord knows our power grid is unstable to the point where it's ridiculous. But I hope everybody's doing well that we're in it, and everybody else who wasn't in it, I hope everybody's doing well. So I just painted on some of the green. I'm going to go ahead and open up this yellow and paint a little bit up on the star. Now in hindsight, I would have put the inlay into the mold first, but my brain's neither here nor there today. It hasn't been for almost a week. That is the first hurricane I've ever been in. It was only a Category 1, but there were tornadoes in areas all around us on top of it. And it just escalated the weather even worse. And we live in a downstairs apartment, and management here is not the greatest, so the seal at our foundation isn't connected properly. And every time we get a heavy rain, we get something that floods. This time it was heavy enough that it flooded bad enough that my cat lost his bed because his bed was sitting there. I didn't think to move it. That's totally on me, and he's pretty mad at me, trust me. But I didn't think to move it. And so he lost that. I lost several pieces of my resin equipment, my Cricut. It was all, I had just moved it to try to clear off a space to stack some other things so that they didn't get ruined, and totally forgot to pick them up, and so they just got filled with water. So I probably won't ever be able to replace the Cricut and the printer because they weren't cheap, and I just don't have that kind of money. I'm going to go ahead and press this in here. Now what I used on the stem of the tree was one of Let's Resin's chameleon powders. I'm not sure which color, kind of a copperish color. Go ahead and fill it up with the UV. Give it a nice thick coating. I do love Kits Row. I have no bubble issues whatsoever. I don't have to hit it with a lighter or a torch or anything like that to get bubbles out. It just goes in nice and smooth and bubble free, and we all love bubble free, don't we? Their epoxy resin, I have the same thing. I pour it, it'll actually look like it has bubbles in the cup, micro bubbles, but when I pour it, no micro bubbles. It's like, okay, while we're compacted in here, we're gonna look funny, but the minute you spread us out, we're gonna be okay. And we're going to go ahead and cure that up for, well, we'll start with 120 seconds, and then I'll give it a good check and see if it needs any more. Usually it doesn't, but on occasion, when you use it thicker, it does need a little more. You'll have to forgive my background noise. I'm sitting outside. It is early morning hours, but I haven't been getting to bed till about 10 a.m. and on any given day, trying to get everything straightened up, and it's just a mess. It's just a mess. I mean, Category 1 hurricane with tornadoes in surrounding areas that caused it to be even worse. Yeah, I'll pass. I don't want to see anything beyond that. I mean, I lived in Southern California my whole life, and you all know California with their earthquakes. My grandmother's house was on the San Andreas fault line. It was built on there, on one of the shelves, and even though we had bad earthquakes, I mean, the house stayed up. I mean, granted, there are earthquakes that have hit California, especially Southern California. We had the North Ridge. We had the Oakland one that just collapsed the bridge, which was just horrible, but I mean, I've lived in Southern California, and never have I ever been as devastated by a natural disaster as what we're going through here with Hurricane Beryl. So please, please, anybody who needs rain, next time a hurricane comes through, divide it up, take what you need, and tell the hurricane to leave us alone. We don't want none. We're done with it. I don't think this area has even still recovered fully from Harvey when he came through, because I guess Harvey happened a year before I came. before I moved to Texas the first time. And when I got here, I mean, it was a pretty big mess. And when I got back almost 5 years ago, it still hadn't been cleaned up, and I had been gone for 1.5 years at that point. And they're still cleaning up from Hurricane Harvey and trying to repair messes. And sadly, we go straight from tornado season directly into hurricane season, then out of hurricane season back into tornado season. So it's a never-ending vicious cycle here in this part of Texas. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and give the mold a flip over, make sure the other side's cured, which it should be. It's clear resin, but just to be on the safe side, we'll go ahead and give that a couple minutes. I really wish I could have done the original project that I had planned for you guys, because it was just so cute. I mean, I was able to order the molds, but without the resin I needed, it was done for. Even my epoxy got ruined because I had been in the process of working, and rather than put the screw-on lid on, because I was fixing to go back to doing it right before the hurricane hit, I thought, oh, I need to go put those lids on, and I got sidetracked doing something else, and then the hurricane hit and the power went out. Once the power went out, my whole brain was just focused on, I'm going to die in this heat. Because, oh man, is it hot out here. And then when you have absolutely no power, no airflow, it's suffocating. It is suffocating. So I forgot to put the screw-on lids. All it had on was the little pop-on caps, and I don't even think those run tight because water got into them. And, well, we all know what happens when water gets into resin. Part A or Part B, it's just done for, and both parts got water in them. So that's the end of the epoxy as well. So it's going to be a minute before I can do a big project, probably a few months, but I do have some UV resin, so I will be planning around accordingly around what I do have. I do still have some silicone left, because great, thank God I had that up on my table sealed. So maybe I can find some silicone molds or something that I can make, and we can test out once I am able to get the epoxy again. I've been adding things to my Amazon wish list, going, okay, as soon as I recover from the financial mess of this hurricane, then I'll be able to go pull things off my Amazon wish list and finally start really epoxying for you guys. So please, please, please be patient with me and bear with me. I'm grateful for every one of you who do come and watch my videos. It means the world. Makes me feel like doing this is worth something, rather than just sit around and feel like I'm wasting money on a hobby. Because I don't really have hobby money, but to be able to do it and share it with you guys, it means everything to me. So I really do appreciate each and every one of you. And for those of you who haven't subscribed, it's free. I'm not asking for any type of donations. I'm just, please hit the subscribe button. The sooner I get to 1,000 subscribers, the sooner I could do a giveaway that I have planned, and the better. And I would appreciate it. Go ahead and let this finish get cured up. It should be just about done. I gave it an extra 2 minutes on this side just to be on the safe side. Nobody wants to go to demold something and have it go everywhere. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and get this thing out of my way. As cute as it is, it's in the way. We'll go ahead and demold this. And nothing ran underneath the edges, so that's always a plus. There we go. The mica all went into it. I wish I had chosen different darker colors, but it has a texture on the top because the UV just covered the tree, so I'm liking that a lot. But I will probably do a top coat and cover it later on. Now to decide, because we don't just want a yucky clear circle with nothing fun on it, right? And can't find my little cups anywhere. I literally paused the video and searched for 20 minutes, and I cannot figure out where on earth I put my little tiny cups. So we're going to squeeze some into the big cup, which is fine. That's fine, because with what I'm doing, it's not a big deal. I don't need it to pour out or anything. I could pick it out with a stick and be fine. And let me go over here. Here I've tried to decide, do I want to use a glitter? Do I want to use an alcohol ink just to give it a little color? Do I want to give it a little sparkle? And I also couldn't find my glitters, you guys. I'm going to be honest, I can't remember which drawer I had put them in. But, just so you know, in a moment, you'll see, I found the glitter. And of course, then I had to pick out which one. So, you know, decisions. Life is full of decisions. Now, I only use Saya brand glitter. They're my favorite, so that's my preference. Maybe you guys should check them out. I will link everything that I've used in the description below. So that if you guys are interested, you can go check it out and see if it's something you might want. And now we have the glitter. This is called Late Autumn. And you get an early autumn, a late autumn, and there's another autumn in there. I can't remember exactly the middle name one, but they're all different chameleon colored glitters. That's what they are, they're glitters. So I'm just going to put a little tap in there, give it a little stir. Not too much, because I don't want it to be so condensed with glitter that the UV light can't get through and harden the resin. But just enough to make sure it's got enough, but not too much. And just go ahead and take my stick and fill up my little Christmas tree some, put some around the edges and get it all smeared around, push to the edges, and hope I don't break a seal and have it run underneath. Doming has never been my strong point. I will be the first to admit that. I just spent 2.5 months making a tray for a jewelry seller over on TikTok, and the doming just drove me absolutely insane. And it probably wouldn't have been so bad, but I was already frustrated because she decided after the whole tray was finished, oh hey, I think I want handles on it. Well, now I'm upset because you didn't tell me you wanted handles. I didn't charge you for handles, but you fully expect handles on this thing. And I think my frustration with that just led into more mistakes that I made making the tray, and I had to end up doming it 4 or 5 times. Because for one, I had to make sure it was domed enough to hold the handles in, because I was not trying to drill a hole, fill a hole, and get it to all look cohesive and flush. Because her remarks about the handles made me not want to go the extra mile, you know what I'm saying? But I'm going to go ahead and get this smeared around, get everything out of the cup, get as much into the back of that tree to give it a little dense color. But I am truly in love with this green. It's got greens and gold and blue in it. It's very Christmassy for being an autumn color. But late autumn is about as close to winter as you can get, right? Okay, so I think we got that done, and we're going to go ahead and cure it up and be done with, hopefully be done with it. As long as I didn't break a seal, we're safe, right? I'm so glad that my little light doesn't make the camera flash like some of the UV lights do. I do need to replace my UV light. I haven't had it very long, but I don't know how long it sat on their shelf at Amazon, so I do know it is starting to weaken, because sometimes things just don't cure. just don't cure. And please forgive my voice. I don't know. I went to the store and bought some oatmeal raisin cookies. And I don't know if I got what we call a dirty cookie, which is where you buy a cookie that's been hand packaged and somebody's hands weren't clean or what. But my throat is a wreck and the soft palate is swollen. And it was fine before I ate the cookies. I know I'm not allergic unless they've put something new in them because I've had them many, many times. So it's got my throat and my soft palate just inflamed and raw. So please forgive my voice. I know I probably sound like some scary, deep, dark, woodsy bear. But I'm doing my best. And this should be getting just about done from curing. And we'll go have to take a look at it and see how big of a mess up I've made. Because I saw that stick hit the side of that, and I'm pretty sure I broke the seal. If anybody knows of a way you can get it to the edge and not break the seal, please let me know down in the comments, because that's my biggest problem. I want it right to the edge, and I'm always breaking the seal for whatever reason. So please let me know in the comments an easier way to dome so that I can quit making a mess. Because as you can see, there's wet resin on the mat. It did get underneath it. It did get on the front of it. But I'm not 100% mad about it. Only about 92%. Because 8% of me thinks, hey, it kind of gives it a snowy effect around the little tree. So we're going to go ahead and try and dome it again and not mess up again. But more than likely I will. Okay, I did. I'll tell you guys. I'll be honest. I did. I messed up. I did break the seal again. A little bit went under it. So I did have to flip it over and cure the backside again. But hey, I didn't try to dome it a third time. And get that all pushed out to the sides. And, find the side I'm going to break the seal on and go ahead and break it, because that's what I do. But I like just the little splash of glitter around it. And that little dark glitter behind it made the little tree pop. So, and like I said, I don't know if I want to make an actual pendant out of it, or if I want to make, a little ornament to hang on my Christmas tree with it, because it is super cute. I adore those little inlays that I made, and I found more of those little beads laying around my house. I'm like, ho, 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 we may have to make some more of you, because you're just too cute. And eventually I'll make them up in batches, make sure they're good quality, and I'll put them in my shop and put them out there for anybody who wants any cute little inlays to play with. The little car, if you guys could remember from the last video, that little car inlay is everything. It came out so cute. And when I looked at the bead, I was like, I'm never going to use a car bead for nothing. But once I made the inlay, I was like, oh, I got to find something to use you in. You're just too cute. Okay, so we got that geared. It's pretty much done. And yeah, a little bit's on the back, but it's okay. But as you can see, it kind of worked out. Getting it on the front kind of gives it a snowy effect around the tree. So I appreciate each and every one of you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button down there. Like I said, it's free. Thank you all for coming back, and I will see you next time. Have a nice night.